Welcome to another video of Dead by a Trash Can. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Score Merchant as always, using a different build. Today we're using Score Trick, Pain Resonance, with of course Pablo the Weasel. These first two perks are mainly used so we can try and stop gens as much as possible, but we don't want to stop gens too much because we're using a new perk called Machine Learning. What this perk does, when you click a generator, the perk will activate, and then you click another generator, whether it's the same one or a different one, and that generator becomes compromised. When a survivor completes that generator, then what ends up happening is you get a 10% haste status effect and become untouchable for 30 seconds. And of course, you can keep doing this over and over again as long as there are generators to compromise. This is a really good perk, but it's kind of hard to use. And last, we have Hex Play thing, which basically we're going to hook survivors, make them oblivious so we can make it even easier to catch them off guard, either by using Score Merchant or by using Machine Learning. And then we have Brown Journal, like always, make them oblivious, and advanced mood prediction so I can see the aura of all survivors when I use it. But we're going to really use this build mainly so we can try and get as much machine learning value as possible. But it's kind of hard because my playstyle is to try to protect gens, not only protect gens, but to like use my add-ons and or perks to protect gens so I can focus on chasing. So a lot of the time when you're playing Score Merchant, they don't even complete the gen, or the gen they complete is not the one that you compromise. So let's see how well I can do using this build in this next game. Raccoon City Police Station West Wing. If you don't know, this is one of Score Merchant's best maps because in this map, a lot of the times in the middle section of the map, as you can see right there, there are always going to be two gens, one on the bottom floor and one on the top floor, which makes it really easy for Score Merchant to protect these generators. Also, a lot of times survivors like to spawn right on this gen, right on one of these gens, so that's why it's really good too. But before I continue with this video, first I want to talk about how this, I am doing a little series on my channel where basically I'm trying to use the new Bully Buff perks, but this video we're not using the new Bully Buff perk. This video is actually, I've already recorded this video a long time ago. Well, a long time ago, but basically before the update of Nicolas Cage. And during this time, I had used different builds that I wanted to show y'all. And then right when I was going to upload these videos, I realized that Nicolas Cage came out, and then I wanted to use that. So because of that reason, that's why I'm using this machine learning build. And you don't know why, I was streaming, and one of my viewers was talking about how he used machine learning. Well, I was talking about machine learning, and he talked about how he used it. And I was like, well, I love this perk, but I can never get it to work because machine learning is kind of hard to use. So because of that reason, I wanted to try and use it in my video, and then Nicolas Cage came out, so that's what happened. But anyway, we easily got this person down because we found them. They've failed a generator, and we found them really easily, so that was really funny. But I do have two games for y'all this time. So you look at the bottom, Kate is some reason why, Kate and Nancy are some reason why down there in my drone radius, knowing I'm Score Merchant. So she's gonna go be down the stairs, and because I know where she is, I'm going to sneak up on her and murder her. And then she's like, where did you come from? Well, you know, I don't feel like playing this game anymore. Score Merchant's disgusting garbage. And quits the game because apparently I can't even play Score Merchant. So because of that reason, I'm like, okay. Then Nancy is oblivious, has a draw on her, and is exposed. So she's gonna run right in front of me, and I'm like, okay. So because of that reason, I'm gonna hit her. And then Nancy's like, you know what? I'm out. And then she leaves. So I'm just like, you know what? Okay. So because of that reason, this game literally was nothing. And I wanted to show y'all that basically I can't even play Score Merchant sometimes because I can't even make videos for y'all because people just leave the game. Like literally, what is this nonsense? But because of that reason, I'm not even gonna bore you with the rest of this game. I'm just going to skip to the next game so y'all can see what this build is supposed to do, and hopefully we have better luck in the next game. Okay, Raccoon City Police Station East Wing this time. So same map, but we got East Wing instead of West Wing, which is fine. I actually use a map offering because basically after that game I was like, well, I can't play Score Merchant, so I'm just going to use a map offering. So I actually have the ability to get the right map. So like I told you, the middle building is always in the middle part of the building is always going to be those two gens most of the time. Not always. There's a lot of times where it is. Like I was like 70% of the time you'll see those two gens, but sometimes it's not always like that. But because of that reason, always put those drones on two gens. Now I'm gonna go put drone on the furthest gens. That way I purposely don't have to go towards them, if that makes any sense. By putting drones on the furthest gens, it makes me realize that they're not gonna want to go towards those gens because there's drones on them, or there's the opposite, they are gonna want to go on those gens, like that girl just did right there. She can try and go after my drone and get a claw trap. But the reason why I put it on the furthest ones is because that way basically if I know she's on the furthest possible gen, I can just use that to my advantage and use my claw trap and find her. And I know she's oblivious, so I'm pretty sure I can get to her in less than 15 seconds. She's going to go drop this pallet, vault it, it's going to break things to my claw trap, and I'm going to get a free hit. By the way, I learned this kind of cool strategy. I don't think I showed it in any of my videos, but what the strategy is basically you're going to, the second you see someone vault a pallet that you know has, that you know is going to break things to the claw trap, swing immediately. Just keep swinging, because it'll break, and then you'll hit them right after they get off. Doesn't matter if they have live, doesn't matter what they have, it will always break. I mean, you will hit them before they can do anything, because they're technically kind of still in animation. So because of that reason, it's a really good strategy. But I think I haven't shown it in my videos yet, which is kind of bad. But I will hopefully show it in the next one of my videos soon, hopefully. I do have little tips and tricks. I just need to make videos, honestly, on my tips and tricks, and I need to make videos on tips and tricks with Score Merchant. I need to make videos with drone placement. I need to make videos of a tier list of the best perks of her. I need to do a lot. And I'm trying, sorry guys, but it's just a lot. Mainly because 2 of those videos I don't even know how to do without someone helping me, and I don't have anyone to help me. But the other ones, I just gotta do it. It takes some time. But I'm gonna go kick both of these gens and regress them. But the reason why I did that is because now on that generator we have machine learning. The only problem I have with machine learning is 2 problems. The first problem is I need 2 words. Of course, I'm too close to the hook, so I can't place the drum. By the way, I was so mad. But the first problem I have with machine learning is it's kind of like claustrophobia, a perk I showcased in another video, where it's kind of not really up to you if the perk activates or not. It's kind of up to the survivors. And having a perk that's up to survivors and not up to you is kind of bad. 360, by the way. But at the same time, the reward for machine learning is so much better than the claustrophobia reward. But the second reason why it's kind of bad is because you can dictate, honestly, what generator someone's going to be on and kick it. But the problem is you can't kick another generator because it'll just transfer to that one. And there's a chance they could just not do the gen, and then you don't get the buff. And there's 7 gens in the entire map, and you need to kick 1 of 7 gens and hope they do that 1 gen. So it's just kind of weird. That's why I think it's kind of weird. But I do get value out of it, and honestly, it is a good perk. It's not bad at all. It is the most unique perk I've seen so far out of Dead by Daylight. The other 2 singularity perks aren't really that good, kind of. One of them is pretty good. The one that if you hit a survivor, you down a survivor, any survivor that is like 20 meters or near that survivor, or 24 meters near that survivor, or maybe 16. It's something like that. Any survivor near that survivor will automatically be hindered by 20%, and I believe that's the highest hinder there actually is in the game. Being hindered by 20% is really, really good. It is a requirement for it. It's kind of weird, but it's really good on certain kills. I don't think it's that good, honestly, on Score Merchant. I would mainly use it like on the Nurse or Blight, killers that can actually down survivors really easily. But yeah, that's what I would usually do. She Cleanse a Totem is my is one of the one of the hex plating totems. I mainly use that way I can sneak up on survivors that are doing gens, because I know that if they're on a generator, there's a higher chance I'll be able to sneak up on them and kill them. But I'm gonna trade these survivors. I'm not really worried about gens that much, because I know my perks and add-ons, my perks and perks and drones will protect me from English. My perks and drones will protect the gens, so I'm not really worried about that. Also, we kind of want the gens to go, that way we can get our value out of our machine learning. But I really want to use the perk more often in my builds. I'm kind of deciding like what kind of build to use. I noticed that if you watch my videos for a long time, you notice that I've been using the same. I'm going to change the I'm going to change machine learning to this one, because I realized that one's almost done. But also I'm kind of mad at myself because I use Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, and I love Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, but using Scourge Hook Pain Resonance kind of ruins the build, because basically it goes from being like, okay, this generator that's 75% and it could activate machine learning, then I put it down at 50% because I use the perk. It's kind of funny, but oh well. I'm trying to single with this girl because I know she's oblivious. But sadly, she is in front of me and not in the room I thought she was going to be in. This girl is trying to, I love survivors do this. They like take hits to each other, but I'm like, why? I was going to go after you anyway. I wasn't going to go after the girl who's injured. I don't tell them like that, unless I really need to. But then, because of that reason, she decides to body block the other girl, because she's like, okay, borrow time, but I'm like, I don't care about borrow time. I'm just gonna hook you. I didn't even try and hit the other girl, even though I definitely could have. I just didn't. Like, I was like, it's not worth it. But because of that reason, I kind of regret that, honestly. I definitely could have downed her and then proceeded. But for some reason, she decided to stay on this pallet. Now, luckily for me, she has a clock up on her side. I'll have to just wait. But she doesn't even have time to vault because she's like, okay, I'm going to use Dead Heart. Not borrow timing, it's Dead Heart she had. So I'm like, okay. But then she's going to try and go over here, but there's no pallet over here, luckily for me. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go in this locker. I'm like, grab you? Your soul is mine. And then because of that reason, hook on a hook again. That's her second hook, I believe. Oh no, she's dead. Okay, wow. She's out on hook, and then I get randomly hit by a head-on because why not? But that was quick. I didn't mean to kill her that fast, honestly, but she died. Now I have Pop Goes the Weasel. Pop Goes the Weasel also kind of ruins the build. I think I changed the build in the future so I could try and use this, but I realized like when I don't use Pop Goes the Weasel and I don't use Pain Resonance, gens go by so fast. It's kind of annoying, honestly. That's why I use. That's why I think now is it Jolt or is Pain Resonance? I think it's Pain Resonance. Pain Resonance is the most used clip in the entire game, by the way. And yes, I know I said machine learning, but I'm not gonna waste my Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm gonna use it right there, just so I can make sure the generator is not gonna be completed that fast. But just to get some pressure on the survivors. But I was gonna say, I think Pain Resonance is the most used perk right now for killer. But it's funny because I thought it would be Jolt. But in case you think, oh, Pain Resonance is broken. No. Pain Resonance is not broken at all. Pain Resonance is one of the few gen perks that like actually is really good. And there's not really much the survivors can do about it. That's the reason why Pain Resonance is so good. So like for example, other really good gen perks like Hex Penimento or what's it called, Hex Ruin or Call of Brine or different things like that. Or Eruption. No, but they can't really do much about Eruption. But the other ones, like for example, Hex Ruin. If you cleanse the totem, Hex Ruin goes away. Also, if someone dies, Hex Ruin automatically goes away, which is kind of dumb. But I understand honestly, but it's kind of dumb. Because I feel like there's stronger perks, so why do that? But whatever. Jolt, they can't really do much about it because it kind of is a 32-minute radius. But the difference is, it will. What's it called? Looking for it. Jolt will only regress by 8 seconds, so then eventually it will go back to what's it called? Back to normal. So I lose this girl because I'm stupid. But then I realized she went in this room, so I'm like, wait for her to vault. I mean, to drop this pallet. And she does, and she vaults it, and I down her really, really easily. So that's good for me. Quick down, break this pallet. I was gonna say I have this problem where some reason why when I'm playing Scrub Merchant, I don't like breaking pallets. Well, I don't like breaking pallets when I use Desolation. 100%. I'm not gonna break any pallet when I use Desolation. I'll let you break the pallet for me. But other than that, I have a hard time like chasing survivors sometimes because I'm stupid and I'll like never break pallets knowing I need to break the pallet because I can't win this loop. Like, this is not possible. So I'm gonna get this gen because again, even though that is the one I have machine learning on, they are working on it and I want to make sure I can at least get some pressure on the survivors. And I already have Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm not gonna waste it. So because of that reason, I am gonna kick it. But at the same time, it's like I'm not getting any machine learning value. They're not logged on the ground for some reason. I've seen that glitch before, like when I watch like Survivor funny moments or like Killer funny moments or Dead funny moments, but I've never seen it in game before. So I was like, huh? And then it is really confused me. Like, wow, I've never seen that before. That's new. But now that I realize that no one on that was on the hook, I can finally put this drone in a really good spot right here. This drone spot is delicious. There is nothing the survivors can do about it besides go on the top floor and get rid of it, which wastes time. The drone, I really should do a drone video. I should probably do that. I need to figure out how I'm gonna record it though. But that's a different. That's we'll talk about that later. But anyway, everyone's dead on hook by the way. But oh no, I lied. 2 people dead on hook, and then I've never even hooked the Jun Lee one time. But it's fine by me because I love Jun Lee, so she can die last. But my favorite survivor by the way, in case you don't know. But I'm gonna go back towards the gen again, the one that I know has what's it called? Machine learning on it. Cause first thing, I know this girl's on in time, I'm gonna be able to get a free hit if I can hit her before she goes in the window, which I definitely can. And then also I know that because of that reason, I'm going to easily be able to what's it called, down her. And I believe she's dead on hook actually, which is kind of funny. But I know another survivor is going to probably go towards that gen. So I'm going to put a drone up here so I can protect the generator while I'm chasing survivors. Make sure you also place drones while you're chasing survivors. Then I hear someone vote. I'm like, huh? And that's when I learned this girl's right here for some reason. So I'm going to hit her before she goes to anything. Because luckily for me, there's no pallet. Then, it's the first time, I think this might be the first time hooking you generally. Because in my head, I'm like, I haven't hooked anyone. And the first girl and the third girl on their death hook. So, oh, never mind. Usually also on her death hook now. So because of that reason, everyone has one more hook left and they're dying. So easy game for me. Then someone cleanses their hex plaything. By the way, I love hex plaything. I think hex plaything is really good on Score Merchant. Because even though like the main reason why hex plaything is on Score Merchant is one of those killers that has well, Score Merchant already is like innately stealthy because of her drones giving her the untellable stats but it's also because of the fact that she has the ability to basically, not the ability. Oh look, there is my machine learning. So now because of that reason, I'm trying to pick her as fast as possible because I only have 30 seconds. So I'm gonna hook her, put her on the score trick. I don't even care about wasting my score trick because I know like I already hooked her on a score trick, so I'm not gonna get any pain resonance value. Now I'm trying my hardest to bolt towards the survivor. So I'm oblivious, I am untouchable, and I have a 10% haste boost. So I gotta find the survivor as fast as possible because they finally got my machine learning and I'm trying my hardest. But sadly, I was unable to find anyone until the last second, and then I finally found someone. So I count this as machine learning value. The fact that I found someone was able to hook them, even though I didn't really get that much value out of it. But it was the fact that I was able to go across the entire map like the Flash and get a hook that made me really happy. So I count that as machine learning value. So I am going to do more videos on machine learning. I think machine learning is a really interesting perk as I figure out how to make it really useful. It's kind of hard to use it also on Score Merchant because my whole build or size character is built to protect gens. So it's like, okay, now I have to protect generators, but also I need to get this perk to go off. So because of that reason, I have to figure out a way to do it. But now in the game, you've seen my videos before, you know there's no way the survivors can be able to beat me in the end. Because I'm going to put a drone on both exit gates. As long as she hasn't already opened the first exit gate, which she hasn't, I see scratch marks. She's running toward the exit gate right now. There is no way she's going to be able to do the exit gate. I'm going to hit this girl and she's going to run up over there and I'm going to go after her. But first I realized if I lose her, she could do the exit gate. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to lose her because honestly, we know where to go. Now the scratch marks stop right here, so I'm like, huh? So I know she has to be one of these lockers. And of course I put the wrong one, so I'm like, wait. No, but the scratch marks stop right here, so she has to be in. Let's see. If I haven't checked these lockers, then she has to be in. Not over here. Where's she at? Huh? That's odd. But what if I just check this one? And now her soul is mine. I love when that happens. But yes. Basically, what happened is she had that perk where basically she has the ability to like make no noise when she goes in the locker, called Quick and Quiet. And I couldn't figure out which one she went into, so I was kind of scared. But luckily for me, I found it. And she was unable to get away from me. Even if I didn't find her, it wouldn't matter because she can't go through the exit gates. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments that you enjoy using machine learning as much as I do. Of course, more videos will be in the future because honestly, I want to use this perk more often, but I don't know how to use it. That's the reason why it's like that. And I also want to be able to show y'all different strategies with Score Merchant, not just using the same ones, even though for the past like week and a half or week I was using Desolation, Nowhere to Hide. No, yeah, Desolation, Nowhere to Hide, Papa Goes the Weasel, and Score Trick, Pain Resonance. But I will be using that again because honestly it's so good. Score Trick, Pain Resonance, Desolation, and Papa Goes the Weasel are really good perks. And then the fourth perk, you can do whatever you want. I really love those perks. It will help so good in chases. And honestly, there were some games that I recorded for y'all and I didn't use Desolation. I was like, I really wish I had this perk because honestly, Desolation is just so good when it works. But like I said, enjoy the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day. Just kidding. You thought I was only gonna post one half game and then post another game? You are mistaken. I have a secret game for y'all where we use the exact same, but we change one perk. Which is going to be Papa Goes the Weasel because I wanted to try and change Papa Goes the Weasel to something else. And I use what's it called, Hex, the Route of Hope, because I realized if we can get Hex Route of Hope to 3 stacks, hopefully 5, then we can down survivors instantly, and we can use machine learning and become unattachable. So I realized that my totems are really bad spot, so I'm going to put a drone over there eventually. But first, I need to protect these generators because they are doing them really fast. And of course, in the game where I was gonna surprise y'all with a cool game is when I get the worst map ever created, which is Lapkin Lane. Well, not the worst map. It's one of the worst maps. I hate this map. They changed it and it looks amazing, but it sucks because of this reason right here. Nancy, it literally can go on this window that's godlike and basically just continuously loop that same window over and over and over again, and there's nothing you can do about it because this map is awful, and I hate this map. I really wish they would change those windows and make it so that way when you fall off of them, it gives you like the almost like landing lag, like the Super Smash Bros. But the like stunning animation where you fall down from a good height, and then because of that reason you like fall down and you're like, oh wow, and then you just stuck for a minute. I really wish it would just do that. But this map is awful. I don't think I've actually tried this map on my channel before, now I think about it, but this map is terrible. There's so many problems with this map. First thing is, it just has godlike loops. Second thing with this map is, it just, it's extremely big. There's a good thing you can hide in the grass, but I do have to think about eyes, and also I have advanced Cubeproductions, so I can see where she is. But, it has godlike loops, it has insanely good pallets. These cars are dumb. There's no counterplay to some of these pallets. Windows are godlike. There's basically infinite, almost, if you have the right perk setup, and if you're using balance landing. The main building is terrible. The side buildings are awful. The middle part is not that bad because, again, there's just these godlike pallets that are unbeatable. It's just awful. This pallet right here is kind of ungameable, but even then it's hard because there's cars in the way, and this car is stupid. It's just, this map is awful. I hate this map. And I don't really complain that much about maps and everyday life because most of the time I feel like the best way to do it with a really strong map is use a build that can work on any map, which is why I use my Desolation, Pop Goes a Weasel, all that stuff build, because it will work on almost every map. Eventually someone will put out a godlike palette and then it'll vault it in my terror radius, and then it'll break automatically. Eventually I will hook someone and be able to Pop Goes the Weasel and Pop Goes the Weasel and Spore Trick Pain Resonance the furthest / generator with the most progress. So eventually I'll be able to do what the build is designed to do. That's why I use that build so much, because it works in almost every situation. But this map, I hate this map. Honestly, this map is so bad. I just can't. But anyway, like over here is not really anything. But of course, this girl saw my totem. If she has eyes, she's gonna drop this pallet, and this pallet is so safe because there's just like basically the main thing in the pallet's safe is where it's placed at and like what's around the pallet. So that pallet is around a bunch of like foliage and stuff, so I have to go across this long wall in order to be able to go on the other side of this pallet. Meanwhile, the survivor can just go on the other side. Then we have this pallet, which is basically just another dumb wall of cars, and the cars are just in the way. And now luckily for me, she's gonna probably get exposed the longer she stays in here, but it's just the fact that this thing even exists in the first place. So I realized she's not exposed, so I'm like, I give up. So now I'm gonna try and expose her with a drone, because then I can instant down her. And sadly, I mean, I get it at the last second. And the problem though is, look at this. I haven't got any machine learning value. They've already completed 3 gens. Now to be fair, I've only chased 2 people, and I could have stopped chasing if I really wanted to. But the reason why I didn't stop chasing these people is that I needed some type of pressure. And the only pressure I had was the ability to chase these 2 people that I saw. So now I have to basically protect this generator in the middle of nowhere, and this generator that's right in front of me, and this generator right next to the hook. The problem is I have to be far enough away to hook that. I'm going to break this pallet because that's stupid in a minute. And then I'm going to put this drone here, and I put a drone over here because honestly, I need to protect and basically not only hunker down, but the main plan I have right now is, I know a survivor, if I was playing survivor and I'm playing the skirmish, I know that I need to complete all the generators as fast as possible. So what I would do is, I would do the generator that's really far from me, which is the one right over there across the map. And I know someone's definitely on that gen, so I'm gonna purposely use my machine learning. I'm gonna kick this generator, so when they complete this gen, I'll have machine learning. Although I'm gonna find down this Jake because I realize that he's in the way. But of course he has sprint burst, so I'm like, you know what, not right now. So I'm going towards the hook. And as a result, I'm going to make sure machine learning on that generator. I'm not even gonna, I think I trapped it, but I mean, I did put a drone on it. Well, I want to put a drone on it, but I'm not going to because they can get rid of the drone because honestly, I want them to do it. But the main thing I care about protecting is my, I mainly care about protecting these gens and my Hex Spiral Hope because honestly, that's more important to me than anything else. If they complete the machine learning one, that's good. I don't know why I'm following this Nancy. I know I can't beat this loop because honestly I have to go perfectly across this, I have to basically do this loop perfectly in order to down her. I'm gonna hit her, luckily for me, but I'm stunned by pallets, so because of that reason she's able to blind me and I found where she went. But he'll clog up on her so she can't vault a pallet without it breaking, but she can go through a window. And I kinda wish Cloud has block windows, but I'm pretty too strong and it'll make no sense. So because of that reason, she's gonna go through this dumb loop. But luckily for me, I do have my machine learning, so I'm 10% faster, and I have the bloodlust. So you would think being 10% faster, I would catch her really fast, but I barely even make it to this stupid window. I had 10% haste boost thanks to machine learning. I had a boost thanks to the bloodlust. I had a boost thanks to her being on the drone. So being in the drone radius, I had a bunch of boosts and move faster, and I barely caught up. That just shows you how strong this map is. Like, it's dumb. I hate this map. But anyway, like, I'm not even like trying to complain, but honestly, like, what were they thinking when they made this map? Sometimes, like, I get so confused when, like, the Red Forest, the map with the night camera, like, Shattered Square, it's called, like, just maps like these make no sense. Like, why would you even design this nonsense? Like, why? That's good, honestly, but I'm like, why? It's just so many bad things. Anyway, I'm gonna get the gen and put machine learning on it, which doesn't really matter because honestly, that's the last gen. Now, of course, if they complete that gen, I feel like, by the way, I feel like this is the case. I feel like when you complete all the last 3 gens in the game, machine learning is automatically activate, but that's just me. But anyway, this girl is gonna go get rid of that drone, and I'm like, okay. So now she is in the middle of nowhere, but there is a pallet right here, because for some reason, I didn't break this pallet. And I'm going to go after her, but she's not going to vault the pallet because she realized that, oh wait, it's going to break. So I missed this hit because I hate auto-aim in this game. Auto-aim is dumb. Basically, I auto-aimed and hit her, but because she like did like a weird little wiggle, I ended up auto-aiming and missing her, which is dumb. But the game auto-aimed, so I don't like, why did I miss that? I noticed that happens a lot to me, but I noticed, maybe I'm wrong, but I noticed it happens a lot on console than it does on PC. And I don't know if it's a console thing or just like how the game works, but I know it happens a lot. I'm going to end up with that drone, because some survivors are smart and they realize that you can do a generator that's inside of a drone radius as long as the drone hasn't had a line of sight on you. You can still do it. Which some survivors know that and some don't. I'm going to kill this gen, which will switch the machine learning generator, but I don't really care about that because all I care about really is the fact that I want to try all the gens. Then I look over here and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I saw someone out there. So I saw Nancy. So Nancy's in the middle of nowhere and she's dead on hook, so I'm gonna try and go after her. She's gonna throw the pallet down immediately because I can't hit her apparently, even though I saw her. So I'm gonna put this drone up here to make her exposed. Then I realized, wait, I do have what's it called, Devour Hook. So I'm down her and instantly down her and hook her right here. Then I realized I'm doing my drone, and if you look, there's 2 people. One person just got, what's it called, my totem, and someone else was in the drone radius. So what is that by me? They got my totem, which is bad, but at that same time, I did achieve my goal and someone's dead. So I guess it's fine. Now I have a 3-gen that's kind of bad, but I have a 3-gen and I have 1 less route to deal with. So they can all be on 1 gen each, but they still won't be able to do it because there's no way. So let's talk about another really good drone location. You can put a drone on the top building in this corner, and they literally have to go on top floor to deactivate this drone, which will most likely expose them because they go up the stairs. So they're gonna get they're gonna have the drone on them. Then I'm gonna go over here and Jake's trying to do this generator, and I bet they're all three on this gen trying to do it, but I'm not gonna let them do it because no. So Jake's gonna go after me, I guess trying to like take a hit so I can not go after the girl's injured, but I'm like, die. So if the girl's injured, then Jake's gonna go back for some reason. I don't know why he's doing this. Put a drone up here, and I'm gonna get this gen, and I'm gonna change machine learning to over there, even though it doesn't matter. But then I'm gonna go pick up this girl who I know is down because of the fact that I just downed her. And then Jake, for some reason, is gonna go back towards the generator, like he has enough time to do the generator before I'm going to hook this girl or something. I don't know why he did that. That was very bright. But this girl's dead on hook, so now all we have to do is worry about the last two gens. The last two survivors, and Jake is now exposed, and I can track him with my radar. So because of that reason, I'm going to find where he is and murder his life. So using the radar, we're going to see where he is in the corner of the map, doing absolutely nothing. So now I'm going to find where he is, and he's just running like a madman. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I can easily down you. But Jake is smart, and he understands that in order to protect his team and get out the game, he's going to have to run across the entire map as far away as possible. That way, the girl can do the gen. But I'm not stupid. So because I know the girl can do the gen, and I know how to play Square Merchant, and I know how survivors work, but I play Survivor, I'm not one of those killers who's gonna let you do the gen. So I'm going to purposely go back. The girl is oblivious. She can't hear my terror radius. But of course, everyone has eyes. So she's going to run away once she sees me, and then go inside this dumb building. Like, why are we here? Stupidity. This building is dumb. There's not even a point in going upstairs, honestly, because like the bottom part is godlike. So I tried putting a drone here, thinking it's a really cool drone spot, but sadly it's not. But this girl is gonna run right in front of me. I'm gonna hit her, and the power's gonna break. But I will go after her, but the reason why I don't go after her is because I want to hit this generator, is to make sure that they don't go in the gen. And I know she's having enough time to pick him up safely without dying. So I'm going to be able to go back over there and murder, because now they're both injured and both in the same spot as planned. And because this is before the update where Buckle Up became dumb, I am going to be able to find one of them and down them, so they're both right here healing. Now this guy's like, I'm gonna protect you. In my head I'm like, I don't really mind hitting you, so that's fine. But the thing is, unless you're gonna protect well, don't try and protect. Like, you can't protect someone if you're gonna act like that. Because for some reason he tried to body block, but he didn't body block, he just body blocked her, honestly. Not even me. So that was funny. But she's definitely gonna be hooked for the first time, by the way. I think we've hooked everyone. I think it's gonna be funny. The two people who died, we only hooked them. We might have hooked Jake once, but I don't really remember. So right now I'm going to just sit right here in this corner, and I'm going to wait for Jake to rescue her, and I'm gonna be oblivious. I was gonna sit up top and wait, but then I realized that's boring. So I came down here and I saw Jake in the corner of my eye. I'm gonna hit him, but he's gonna rescue because he's gonna best smart. But Jake's dead now. Then I realized, why not go after? I'm not gonna go after her. I'm gonna go after this girl. All I have to do is wait until she is no longer has unbreakable. So I'm gonna wait. She's gonna vault this window. I'm like, okay. But I'm gonna grab her. And I'm pretty sure her unbreakable either ended, or maybe if someone's unbreakable, you can grab them. I don't know. But either way, I'll grab her. I'm gonna hook her on a hook. And I'm so glad, by the way, she stopped struggling. Because honestly, I would never have made this hook if she didn't stop struggling. But she probably was like, I give up. Game over. I'm not gonna say that they gen rushed me, but notice how fast the gens got done in the first 3 minutes, like, of this game. Though they got 3 gens done so fast, and then they got a 4th gen done like 2 minutes later. But it gave me machine learning, so I was happy, and it did allow me to catch up with someone. So because of that reason, I'm not really that mad. But it was the fact that like they got the gens done so fast, and then at the end the girl was like, I give up, because she realized it's like, oh wait, the scrum merchant came back and won, and I did, because I always do that. But because of that reason, I was able to easily win. Not really easily, but I was able to win. That was the first time we hooked Jake. The 2 people who died, it was our first time hooking them. So they're gonna try to escape off the hook, and I'm like, you better not. I deserve this win. After being sent to this terrible map and suffering like I did, I deserve this win. So luckily for me, they both die on the hook. And like usual, my score merchant always prevails. Even though I don't always win every single game. And some games I do have 1 or 2 people escape, but most of them I win, because honestly I just do. That's what I'm doing. Now, like I said before, if I really want to win every game, I'll just use my normal build, because it works in almost every situation. But honestly, I was trying to get as much value out of this perk as possible, And I think I got enough value to successfully be happy with my life choices because I was able to win. And like usual, every single person using Made for this because that is dumb. And we love using Made for this and having to deal with that nonsense. Plus, off the record, I really also annoying perk. Like, Jesus, I can't win. But anyway, I say I can't win, but I'll proceed to win every time. So explain that. The answer is because I'm the best. But anyway, if you know the video, like I said before, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is actually the true end of the video after showing y'all a surprise game. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next video.